The atmosphere in Milwaukee was electric, filled with anticipation, tension, and the unmistakable buzz that only October baseball can bring. The Brewers, a team often underestimated on the national stage, found themselves just one win away from punching their ticket to the National League Championship Series. Every fan in American Family Field could feel it, the stakes, the pressure, and the possibility of witnessing history. The game began with a burst of energy as the Brewers' leadoff hitters wasted no time setting the tone. Brice Turang, known more for his defensive brilliance than his bat, stepped up and delivered one of the most surprising and crucial hits of the night. With 2 outs and runners in scoring position, Turang ripped a line drive into right field, sending the crowd into a frenzy. It wasn't just a single, it was a statement. The Brewers were here to fight. As Turang rounded first base with his trademark composure, his teammates erupted from the dugout. The rookie, once questioned for his offensive consistency, had delivered when it mattered most. That moment changed everything. From that point on, every pitch, every swing, and every defensive play carried the weight of destiny. William Contreras, the heart and soul of Milwaukee's offense, followed up Turang's heroics with a powerful double down the left field line. The sound of the bat echoed through the stadium as fans jumped to their feet. Contreras wasn't just hitting for numbers, he was hitting for history. His clutch performance this postseason has made him one of the most feared hitters in the league. By the 3rd inning, the Brewers had established control of the game. Their pitchers executed with precision, mixing fastballs, sliders, and changeups that kept opposing batters guessing. Every strikeout drew cheers from the crowd, and every defensive stop was met with chants of, "Let's go Brewers." That shook the rafters. But the opposing team wasn't going down quietly. In the 5th inning, they mounted a comeback, stringing together hits that cut Milwaukee's lead in half. The tension in the stadium thickened. Fans who had been standing in excitement now held their breath, clutching their rally towels tighter than ever. The pressure shifted back to the Brewers' dugout. That's when Contreras showed why he's one of the best catchers in baseball. Behind the plate, he took control, calming his pitcher, reading the batters, and framing pitches with precision. His leadership went beyond the stat sheet. It was his voice, his confidence, and his belief that kept the Brewers focused. Then came the play that changed everything. In the top of the 7th inning, with 2 runners on and a screaming line drive heading toward the gap, Brice Turang made a jaw-dropping diving stop. The crowd erupted before the ball even reached his glove. It was the kind of play you only see in highlight reels, a split-second reaction that saved at least 1 run and possibly the entire game. Turang popped up, threw to second for the force out, and the double play was complete. The stadium exploded in cheers, fans waving towels and high-fiving strangers. It wasn't just defense, it was destiny unfolding in real time. In the bottom of the 8th, the Brewers added an insurance run thanks to Contreras again. His sharp single up the middle drove in another run, pushing the lead to 4-2. His passion, his energy, and his fire were contagious. As he reached first base, he pounded his chest, looked toward the dugout, and shouted, "Let's finish this." The 9th inning was nothing short of cinematic. The lights dimmed slightly, the crowd roared louder than ever, and Milwaukee's closer took the mound. Every pitch felt like a heartbeat, every swing like a thunderclap. The first 2 outs came quickly, but then a walk put the tying run at the plate. Silence fell. The next batter stepped in, eyes locked on the pitcher. 1 pitch, 2, 3, and then, a blistering fastball at the knees. Strike 3. The umpire's call was met with a deafening roar. The Brewers had done it. They were heading to the NLCS. Players stormed the field, hats flying, gloves tossed in the air. Contreras lifted Turang in celebration, the 2 heroes of the night embracing as fireworks exploded overhead. The crowd didn't sit for several minutes. They cheered, cried, and sang as confetti filled the sky. For Turang, this was a moment of validation. The young infielder had faced scrutiny all season, questioned by analysts who doubted his bat could hold up in high-pressure moments. But under the brightest lights, he shined the most. His defense, his timely hitting, and his poise proved he belonged on the biggest stage. Contreras, meanwhile, solidified his role as Milwaukee's leader. His postseason performance has been nothing short of remarkable, combining power and precision with an unshakable determination. His leadership behind the plate and at the plate made him the true MVP of the series. The locker room celebration was pure chaos, beer showers, champagne bottles popping, laughter echoing through the walls. Contreras stood in the center, drenched but smiling, shouting, "We're not done yet." Turang, quieter but equally emotional, hugged his teammates and thanked the fans who had believed in him. Outside the stadium, fans flooded the streets, honking car horns and waving Brewers flags. For Milwaukee, this wasn't just a win, it was a statement that they belonged among baseball's elite. Commentators couldn't stop talking about the resilience of this Brewers team. "They play old-school baseball," one analyst said. "Smart, tough, and unselfish. And tonight, they showed the world what it means to believe." The highlights of the game flooded social media. Turang's diving catch, Contreras' RBI double, the final strikeout. Fans from around the country commented, "This is October baseball at its best." In the post-game interviews, Contreras spoke humbly, "It's not about me. It's about the team. We've worked hard all year for this moment." His humility and leadership only deepened fans' respect for him. Turang added, "I just wanted to help us win. That's all that matters. Every guy in that clubhouse earned this." His words reflected the selfless spirit that defines the Brewers' identity. Even opposing players tipped their caps, acknowledging the heart and determination Milwaukee displayed. "They outplayed us," one opponent said. "They deserved this." As the team prepared to travel for the NLCS, excitement rippled through the city. Billboards flashed messages like, "Believe in Brewers," and, "Next stop, the championship." Fans lined up outside stores to grab postseason merchandise, proud to represent their city. Sports journalists across the nation praised the Brewers' underdog story. "They're not the flashiest team," one wrote, "but they play the game the right way. Smart defense, clutch hitting, and unity." And at the center of it all stood Bryce Turang and William Contreras, the unexpected heroes who had carried their team when it mattered most. Their bond, built through months of grinding baseball, now symbolized the heart of Milwaukee. The game would go down in Brewers history as one of the franchise's greatest postseason moments. Every fan who witnessed it knew they had seen something special, something that would be talked about for generations. As the stadium lights dimmed and the fans slowly made their way home, one thing was clear: this team had something magical. It wasn't just about skill, it was about belief, resilience, and brotherhood. And as the Brewers now looked ahead to the NLCS, their confidence was unshakable. With Contreras' leadership and Turang's spark, they knew they could take on anyone. In baseball, legends are born in October, and on this night in Milwaukee, two names were written into that legacy forever: Bryce Turang and William Contreras. Their performance was more than a victory. It was a story of grit, redemption, and unrelenting determination, a reminder that in the game of baseball, it's not just about who's the strongest, but who believes the most when everything is on the line. And as the final cheers echoed through the crisp autumn air, one truth resonated across the city: Milwaukee was ready for the next chapter of its baseball dream.